Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about movie Nabab. Nabab is an Indo-Bangladesh 2017 film directed by Rajib Chowdhury and produced by Abdul and Himanshu Ganguly under the banner of Jazz Multimedia and SK Movies. The film features Bangladeshi star Shakib Khan as an intelligence agent from Bangladesh charged with a secret operation in West Bengal, India, and Subhashree Ganguly as a crime news reporter. Nabab loves trust and visions. Sabia Sarkis, Amit Kapoor, Aparajita actor, correspondent, and Arif Shah in supporting roles. The soundtrack album and background score for the film was composed by Savi and Akash. The film was released on 26th June 2017 on the month of Eid in Bangladesh and released in India on 28th July 2017. It is directed by Rajib Chowdhury, screenplay by Pele Bhattacharya, Jyodeep Mukherjee, storyboard Pele Bhattacharya, produced by Abdul Aziz Himanshu Dhanuka, starring Shakib Khan, Subhashree Ganguly, Amit Hassan, cinematography given edited by Somnath Dey, music by Savi Akash, production companies are Jazz Multimedia, SK Movies, distributed by Jazz Multimedia, SK Movies. Uh, the film marks the second collaboration of Shakib Khan with Jyodeep Mukherjee after success of his previous movie Shikari. A group of uh, people traveling in a bus. Later, the bus stops for a tea break, and the hooligans arrive at the same time. When suddenly a passing convoy is, is attacked and assassins try to kill the man inside one of the cars. The man using his swiftness foils the attack and manages to nab and arrest one of the attackers, while killing another. The rest manage to escape the scene. This man is Chief Investigation Officer Rajib Chowdhury, Shakib Khan, and the person in the car turn out to be veteran Mr. Nanya Chowdhury. Aparijata, Adya Agarwal, Rajiv, and Delhi who in the task of locating the people behind a recent terrorist conspiracy to Rajiv. Rajiv promises to fulfill the job to the best of his ability. Muslim Salma Chatterjee, a Muslim space taken out from the special action team and a notorious gangster Nabab escapes his clutches. Despite being an honest and upright police officer with the best intelligence gathering network in the force, Masood is revealed that he is being given even long-lasting treatment because he is a Muslim and is perceived as having black scarf ethnic because he was a Muslim as well. Rajib wants Masood on the team, but Masood refuses. It is revealed that Rajib's father, Constable Syamal Chaudhary, was killed by a terrorist in Bangladesh, which motivated Rajib to join the police force. Rajib escaped prison, then went to the commissioner's house to tell him the truth, but there he accused for the murder of the commissioner with the help of the ministers. Rajib wished to murder, but threatening his mother and two colleagues. Mandal trapped Rajib with CM in a high security zone. Cast Shakib Khan as Rajib Chowdhury, Nabab, an intelligence agent from Bangladesh, tasked with a secret operation in West Bengal, India. Subhashree Ganguly as Diya, aka Salma, described him reporter. Rajib Chowdhury as Gautam Sundar, Commissioner of West Bengal Police. Hassan as Kali Charan Gujra, Vishwanath Basu as Vimal Verma, a superintendent of West Bengal Police, Sagnik Chatterjee as ACP Masood Akhtar, an assistant minister of West Bengal Police, Sabyasachi Chakrabarti as the chief journalist of news agency, Raj Mukherjee as Abhay Sarkar, a deputy chief minister, Aparajita Modi as Ananya Chatterjee, the chief minister of West Bengal, India, Arindam Ganguly, Meghla Mukta as Diya, daughter of Jammu, Rebecca Rao as Nabab, mother, Raju Kumar, Kamal article as journalist, Rindam Saha as journalist, Pradeep Dhar as chief member, Pursuing Game as Didi, Badon as Nabab's friend. Its filming before filming starting, Khan underwent extensive training for the action sequence and has reportedly lost 20 kg weight to fit as a counter-terrorist agent. The shooting schedule of Nabab commenced on 17 November 2016. The first phase of the film was shot in scheduled and entirely filmed in Kolkata. The second phase of the film took place in Kolkata. The last phase of the film was filmed in Dhaka and Kolkata and lasted 30 days. The entire film was shot on a 20-day schedule. The music of the film was shot at various locations in Kolkata. The romantic sequence was shot at Kolkata Film City in East Bengal. Its release, Nabab released across 128 screens in Bangladesh on 26 June 2017, which is the widest release for any Bangladeshi film. Despite the release of other films, Nabab won on the every festival in Bangladesh. Its critical reception. In an interview by Daily Star, Nabab was praised for costumes and designs, but was criticized for its action story similarly to the 1999 Hindi film Badshah controversy after the release of trailer and sound on the film. Different artists, producers, directors, and 14 different film-related organizations in Bangladesh began to protest the release of Nabab after claims by the protesters that the film broke some of the rules of making joint ventures. The Census Board of Bangladesh did not give clearance to release the films. In response, Flash Multimedia threatened to close down their cinema halls for it if their films would not be allowed to be. The protesters also brought Shakib Khan, star of Nabab, who once went on the street of Bangladesh to protest the release of Indian films. Khan at a press conference by Rajib Chowdhury defended his position and former protesters claimed that he only protested against the budget in the North Bengali joint venture bills. After a few weeks of protests, the censor board clearance to release on the holiday of the Eid. Nabab, a Bengali movie based on Khairul, is finally in theaters. The movie revolves around the story of a police officer who is determined of fighting against terrorists and eradicate terrorism from the nation. After successfully saving the life of the chief minister from terrorist there is accusation and involves the role of TV officer played by Shakib, very outstanding crime Diya gets a task of interviewing Rajib and falls in love with him, but due to some unavoidable circumstances, their relationship didn't work out. But as it is said, love knows no bounds. They reunite again after Shakib gets tied up in a conversation and is blackmailed for calling the relationship. That's when they love of each other and they support each other till the end. If we talk about the actors, then we say they are just excellent. The movie, which has actors like Subhashree Ganguly and Rajib Chowdhury, is your daily pick. The cinematography and screenplay of the movie is just awesome, giving a realistic touch to the movie with great shooting locations. Although the movie is good and is a must-watch movie, the movie running time is 140 minutes. It is released in two countries, Bangladesh and India. Its language is Bengali. Its release date in both countries is 26 June 2017 in Bangladesh, 28 July 2017 in India. Its budget is 4.5 crores and it earns 9.1 crores on box office. The movie soundtrack is by Sabi and Akash. released on 1 June 2017, recorded and gendered film soundtrack, length 16 minutes 41 seconds, label Jazz Multimedia, SK Movies, producer Abdul Aziz Himanshu. Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about movie Nabab. Nabab is an Indo-Bangladesh 2017 film directed by Rajib and produced by Abdul Aziz and Himanshu Ganguly under the banner of Zaz Multimedia and SK Movies. The film features Bangladeshi star Shakib Khan as an intelligence agent from Bangladesh, charged with a secret operation in West Bengal, India, and Subhashree Ganguly as a crime agent. Nabab the just and visuals, Sabia Sajid Chowdhury, Amit Gautam, Aparajita Adya, Kharaj Mukherjee, and Aridam Saha in supporting roles. The soundtrack album and background score of the film was composed by Savi and Akash. The film was released on 6 June 2019 on the occasion of Eid in Bangladesh and released in India on 28 July 2007. It is directed by Rajib Chowdhury, screenplay by Pele Bhattacharya, Rajib Mukherjee, story by Pele Bhattacharya, produced by Abdul Aziz Himanshu Dhanuka, starring Shakib Khan, Subhashree Ganguly, Amit Hasan, cinematography Fugan, edited by Somnath Dey, music by Savi Akash. Production companies are Zaz Multimedia, SK Movies. Distributed by Zaz Multimedia, SK Movies. The film marks the second collaboration of Shakib Khan with Rajib Mukherjee after success of his previous movie Shikari. A group of uh, people traveling in a bus. Later, the bus stops for a tea break, and the hooligans arrive at the same time. When suddenly a passing convoy is attacked and assassins try to kill the man inside one of the cars. The man using his twistiness voice the attack and manages to nab and arrest one of the attackers. While he the rest managed to escape the scene. This man is Chief Investigation Officer Rajib Chowdhury, Shakib Khan, and the person in the car turned out to be a Chief Minister Ananya Chatterjee. Aparijata Adya, who was impressed with Rajiv and delegates youth in the task of locating the people behind a recent terrorist conspiracy to Rajiv. Rajiv promises to do the job to the best of his ability. Sagni Chatterjee is taken out from the special expert team and notorious gangster Mustaq escapes his clutches. Despite being an honest and upright police officer with the best intelligence gathering network in the force, must be to feel that he is being given no class treatment because was escaped because he was a Muslim as well. Rajib wants Masood on the film, but Masood refuses. It is revealed that Rajib's father, Constable Shakib Chaudhary, was killed by a terrorist in Bangladesh, which motivated Rajib to join the police force. Rajib escaped prison, then went to the commissioner's house to tell him the truth, but there he accused of the murder of the commissioner with the help of his love interest. Rajib wished to murder, but visiting his mother and his colleagues. Murder trapped Rajib PCM in a high security zone. Cast Shakib Khan as Rajib Chowdhury, Nabab, an intelligence agent from Bangladesh tasked with a secret operation in West Bengal, India. Subhashree Ganguly as Diya, aka Salma, a crime news reporter. Rajib Datta as Gautam Haldar, Commissioner of West Bengal Police. Amit Hasan as Kali Charan Gujra, Vishwanath Batu as Vimal Khan, the Superintendent of West Bengal Police, Sabnik Chatterjee as ACP Masood Akhtar, and Assistant Commissioner of West Bengal Police, Sabyasachi Chakrabarti as the Chief Journalist of News Agency, Raj Mukherjee as Abhay Sarkar, a Deputy Chief Minister, Aparajita Modi as Ananya Chatterjee, the Chief Minister of West Bengal, India, Arindam Ganguly, Meghla Mehta as Diya, daughter of Rebecca Rao as Nabab, mother Raju Sarkar, Kamal Patekar as terrorist, Rindam Saha as terrorist, Pradeep Sir as Sweet Wonder, Parsu Gain as Didi, Badon as Nabab's friend. Filming before filming started, Khan underwent extensive training for the action sequence and has reportedly lost 20 his way to fit as a counter-terrorist agent. The shooting schedule of Nabab commenced on 17 November 2016. The first phase of the film was and scheduled and the entire film of Raja. The second phase of the film takes place in the last phase of the film was in Dhaka and Kolkata and lasted 30 days. The entire film was shot on a 50-day schedule. The music of the film was shot at various locations in Kolkata. A romantic sequence was shot at Kolkata Film City in East Bengal. Its release, Nabab released across 128 screens in Bangladesh on 26 June 2017, which is the widest release for any Bangladeshi film. Despite the release of two other films, Nabab won on every aspect in Bangladesh. Its critical reception in a interview review by Daily Star, Nabab was praised for its costumes and designs, but was criticized for its action on story similarities to the 1999 indie film Badshah controversy. After the release of trailers and songs on the film, different artists, producers, directors, and 14 different film-related organizations in Bangladesh came to protest the release of Nabab after claims by the protesters that the film broke some of the rules of making joint ventures. The Censor Board of Bangladesh did not give clearance to release the films. In response, there's multimedia threatened to close down their cinema halls for days if their films would not be allowed to play. The protesters also brought Shakib Khan, star of Nabab, who once went on the street of Bangladesh to protest the release of Indian films. Khan at a press conference by Red Multimedia defended his position and former protest with claims that he only protested against big budget Hindi not Bengali joint venture films. After a few weeks of protests, the censor board clearance to release on the holiday of the Eid. Nabab, a Bengali movie based on Urdu, is finally in theaters. The movie revolves around the story of a young woman who sister night of by terrorist and lesbian terrorist organization after successfully saving the life of chief minister from a terrorist attack. He receives appreciation and awards too. The role of DB officer is played by Shakib a very outstanding crime reporter. Diya gets a task of interviewing Rajib and falls in love with him, but due to some unknown circumstances, their relationship didn't work out. But as it is a love on bounce, they reunite again after Saqib gets tied up in a conspiracy and is blackmailed from killing the chief minister. That's when their love is proof of each other and they support each other till the end. If we talk about the actors and say they are just excellent, the movie, which has actors like Subhashree and Rajib, is yours to beat. The cinematography and screenplay of the movie is just awesome, giving a realistic touch to the movie with great shooting locations. Although the movie is good and is a must-watch movie. The movie running time is 140 minutes. It is released in two countries, Bangladesh and India. Its language is Bengali. Its release date in both countries is 26 June 2017 in Bangladesh, 28 July 2017 in India. Its budget is 4.5 crores and it earns 9.1 crores on box office. The movie soundtrack is by Savi and Akash, released on 1 June 2017. Recorded and general film soundtrack length 16 minutes 41 seconds. Label Jazz Multimedia SK Movies. Producer Abdul Aziz Himansu. Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about movie Nabab. Nabab is an Indo-Bangladeshi 2017 film directed by Rajib and produced by Abdul Aziz and Himanshu under the banner of Jazz Multimedia and SK Movies. The film features Bangladeshi star Shakib Khan as an intelligence agent from Bangladesh charged with a secret operation in West Bengal, India, and Subhashree Ganguly as a prime minister. Nabab just and features Sabia Sarkis, Amit Hassan, Aparajita Abdul, Karaj Mukherjee, and Arvind Tara in supporting roles. The soundtrack album and background score of the film was composed by Savi and Akash. The film was released on 26 June 2009 on the of Eid in Bangladesh and released in India on 28 July 2007. It is directed by Rajib Chowdhury, screenplay by Acharya, Rajib Mukherjee, story by Pele produced by Himanshu Dhanuka, starring Shakib Khan, Subhashree Ganguly, Amit Hassan, cinematography Dugan, edited by Somran Dey, music by Savi Akash. Production companies are Jazz Multimedia, SK Movies. Distributed by Jazz Multimedia, SK Movies. Uh, the film marks the second collaboration of Shakib Khan with Rajib Mukherjee after success of his previous movie Shikari. A group of uh, people traveling in a bus. Later, the bus stops for a tea break, and the hooligans arrive at the same time. When suddenly a passing convoy is attacked and assassins try to kill the man inside one of the cars. The man using his swiftness foils the attack and manages to nab and arrest one of the attackers. While killing another, the rest manage to escape the scene. This man is Chief Investigation Officer Rajib Chowdhury. Shakib Khan and the person in the car turned out to be a Chief Minister Nanya Chatterjee. Aparijata Adya, who are impressed with Rajiv and delegates to him the task of locating the people behind a recent terrorist conspiracy to Rajiv. Rajiv promises to fulfill the job to the best of his ability. Muslim Sarmi Chatterjee, a Muslim, is basically taken out from the station captured in many notorious gangsters was that escape his clutches. Despite an honest and upright police officer with the best intelligence gathering network in the force, Masood is to feel that he is being given low-class treatment because he is a Muslim and will be perceived as a weak was a Muslim as well. Rajiv wants Masood on the team, but Masood refuses. It is revealed that Rajiv's father, Constable Syamal Chaudhary, was killed by a terrorist in Bangladesh, which motivated Rajiv to join the police force. Rajiv escaped prison, then went to the commissioner's house, telling the but there he accused of the murder of the commissioner with the help of the gangsters. Rajiv refused to murder, but threatening his mother and colleague. Mandal trapped Rajiv PCM in a high security zone. Cast Shakib Khan as Rajib Chowdhury, Nabab, an intelligence agent from Bangladesh, tasked with a secret operation in West Bengal, India. Subhashree Ganguly as Diya, aka Salma, a crime news reporter. Rajib Chowdhury as Gautam Handler, Commissioner of West Bengal Police. Hasan as Kali Charan Gujra, Vishwanath Raju as Vimal Verma, a superintendent of West Bengal Police, Sagnik Chatterjee as ACP, Masood Akhtar, an assistant commissioner of West Bengal Police, Rabia Sadiq as the chief journalist of news agency, Rajib Chowdhury as Abe Kar, a deputy chief minister, Aparajita Modi as Ananya Chatterjee, chief minister of West Bengal, India, Harindam Ganguly, Meghla Mukta as Meghla, daughter of Commissioner of Tamil Nadu, Rebecca Rao as Nabab, mother, Raju Prasad, Kamal Patekar as terrorist, Rindam Saha as terrorist, Pradeep Dhar as lead founder, Parsu Gain as lead, Badon as Nabab's friend. Its filming before filming started, Khan underwent extensive training for the action sequence and has reportedly lost 20 kg weight to fit as a counter-terrorist agent. The shooting schedule of Nabab commenced on 17 November 2016. First phase of shooting was shot and scheduled and entirely filmed in Cox's Bazar. The second phase of the filming took place in Kolkata. The last phase of the film was filmed in Dhaka and Kolkata and lasted 30 days. The entire film was shot on a 50-day schedule. The music of the film was shot at various locations in Kolkata. A romantic sequence was shot at Kolkata Film City in East Bengal. Its release, Nabab released across 128 screens in Bangladesh on 26 June 2017, which is the widest release for any Bangladeshi film, despite the release of other films. Nabab won on every section in Bangladesh. Its critical reception in a interview by Daily Star, Nabab was praised for its costumes and designs, but was criticized for its action on story similarly to the 1999 Hindi film Badshah. controversy. After the release of trailers and songs from the film, different artists, producers, directors, and 14 different film-related organizations in Bangladesh began to protest the release of Nabab after claims by the protesters that the film broke some of the rules of making joint ventures. The census board of Bangladesh did not give clearance to release the film. In response, there's nothing clear written in the ground where Salma was for it if their rules would not be allowed to film. The protesters also brought Shakib Khan, star of Nabab, who once went on the street of Bangladesh to protest the release of Indian films. Khan at a press conference by Red Multimedia defended his position and former protest with claim that he only protested against big budget Hindi, not Bengali joint venture films. After 2 weeks of protests, the census board clearance to release on the quality of the film. Nabab, a Bengali movie based on terrorism, is finally in theaters. The movie focused on the story of a Hindu officer who determined of fighting terrorism and evacuating terrorism from the nation after saving the life of children from terrorist. He receives appreciation awards. The role of TV officer is played by Shakib Khan, well outstanding crime reporter. Diya gets a task of interviewing Rajib and falls in love, but due to some unavoidable circumstances, their relationship broke up. But as they say, love knows no bounds. They reunite again after Shakib gets tied up in a conspiracy and is evacuated from the that's when their love of each other and they explore each other till the end. If we talk about the actors, then we can say they are just excellent in the movie, which has actors like Sabyasachi Mukherjee and Arjun Mukherjee is sure to repeat. The cinematography and screenplay of the movie is just awesome, giving a realistic touch to the movie with great shooting locations. Although the movie is good and a must-watch movie. The movie running time is 140 minutes. It is filmed in two countries, Bangladesh and India. Its language is Bengali. Its release date in both countries is January 26, 2017 in Bangladesh, 28 July 2017 in India. Its budget is 4.5 crores and it earns 9.1 crores on box office. The movie soundtrack is by Sevi and Akash, released on 1 June 2007, recorded and general film soundtrack, length 16 minutes 41 seconds, label Jazz Multimedia, SK Movies, producer Abdul Aziz Himanshu. Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about movie Nabab. Nabab is an Indo-Bangladeshi 2017 film directed by Rajib and produced by Abdul and Himanshu under the banner of Jazz Multimedia and SK Movies. The film features Bangladeshi star Shakib Khan as an intelligence agent from Bangladesh, tasked with a secret operation in West Bengal, India, and Subhashree Ganguly as a crime news reporter. Nabab loves interest and features Sabyasachi Chakrabarti, Amit Hassan, Aparajita Maria, Rajib and Arif in supporting roles. The soundtrack album and background score of the film was composed by Savi and Akash. The film was released on 26 June 2007 on the system of in Bangladesh and released in India on 28 July 2007. It is directed by Rajib Abdul Aziz, screenplay by Pele Bhattacharya, Jyodeep Mukherjee, storyboy Pele Bhattacharya, produced by Abdul Aziz Himanshu Dhanuka, starring Shakib Khan, Subhashree Ganguly, Amit Hassan, cinematography Yugal, edited by Somnath Dey, music by Savi Akash. Production companies are Jazz Multimedia, SK Movies. Distributed by Jazz Multimedia, SK Movies. The film marks the second collaboration of Shakib Khan with Jyodeep Mukherjee after success of his previous movie Shikari. A group of people traveling in a bus. Later, the bus stops for a tea break, and the hooligans arrive at the same time. When suddenly a passing convoy is attacked and assassins try to kill the men inside one of the cars. The man using his mysterious voice the attack and manages to nab and arrest one of the attackers. While killing another, the rest manage to escape the scene. This man is Chief Investigation Officer Rajib Chowdhury, Shakib Khan, and the person in the car turned out to be a Chief Minister Diya Chatterjee. Aparijata Adya, who was impressed with Rajib and delegates to in the task of locating the people behind the recent terrorist conspiracy to Rajib. Rajib promises if he will drop the best of his efforts, Sergeant Chatterjee is taken out when the conspiracy actually being managed. Notorious gangster Mustard escapes his clutches. Despite being an honest and upright police officer with the best intelligence gathering network in the force, Masood is revealed that he is being given low class treatment because he is a Muslim and is being perceived as having bad Muslim ethics because Rajib wants Masood on the team, but Masood refuses. It is revealed that Rajib's father, Constable Yamal Chaudhry, was killed by a terrorist in Bangladesh, which motivated Rajib to join the police force. Rajib escaped prison, then went to the commissioner's house to tell him the truth, but there he accused of the murder of prisoner with the help of the police trustee. Rajib wished to murder, but he refused his mother and colleague. Under trap, Rajib killed CM in a high security zone. Cast Shakib Khan as Rajib Chowdhury, Nabab, an intelligence agent from Bangladesh, tasked with a secret operation in West Bengal, India. Subhashree Ganguly as Diya, aka Salma, a crime news reporter. Rajib Chowdhury as Gautam Halder, Commissioner of West Bengal Police. Hassan as Kali Charan Hojra, Vishwanath Kathu as Vimal Khanna, a superintendent of West Bengal Police, Sagnik Chatterjee as AC Masood Akhtar and Assistant Commissioner of West Bengal Police, Sabyasachi Chatterjee as the chief journalist of news agency, Karaj Mukherjee as Abhay Sarkar, a deputy chief minister, Aparajita Audi as Ananya Chatterjee, the chief minister of West Bengal, India, Arindam Ganguly, Meghla Mishra as Meghla, daughter of Commissioner Gautam Halder, Rebecca Rao as Nabab, mother, Raju Sambal, Kamal Patekar as terrorist, Arindam Saha as terrorist, Pradeep Dhar as lead founder, Personal Game as lead, Badon as Nabab's friend. It's filming. Before filming started, Khan underwent extensive training for the action sequence and has reportedly lost 28 weight. It has been counter-terrorism agent. The shooting schedule of Nabab commenced on 17 November 2016. First phase of the was shot and scheduled and entirely filmed in Cox's Bazar. The second phase of the film took place in Kolkata. The last phase of the film was filmed in Dhaka and Kolkata and lasted 30 days. The entire film was shot on a 50-day schedule. The music of the film was shot at various locations in Kolkata. The romantic sequence was shot at Kolkata Film City in East Bengal. Its release, Nabab released across 128 screens in Bangladesh on 26 June 2017, which is the widest release for any Bangladeshi film. Despite the release of the film, Nabab won on the every movie practice in Bangladesh. Its critical reception in an interview by Daily Star, Nabab was praised for its costumes and designs, but was criticized for its action on story similarity to the 1999 Hindi film Badshah. Controversy. After the release of trailers and songs from the film, different artists, producers, directors, and 14 different film-related organizations in Bangladesh began to protest the release of Nabab after claims by the protesters that the film broke some of the rules of making joint ventures. The censor board of Bangladesh did not give clearance to release the film. In response, there's multimedia threatened to close down their cinema hall for it if their films would not be allowed to be. The protesters also brought Shakib Khan, star of Nabab, who once went on the street of Bangladesh to protest the release of Indian films. Khan at a press conference by Rez Multimedia defended his position and former protest with claims that he only protested against big budget Hindi not Bengali joint venture films. After of protests, the censor board clearance to release on the holiday of the Nabab, a Bengali movie based on the reviews, is finally in theaters. The movie revolves around the story of a TV officer who is determined of fighting against terrorists and eradicate terrorism from the nation. After successfully saving the life of children from terrorist attack, they receive appreciation and awards. The role of TV officer is played by Shakib very outspoken crime reporter. Diya gets a cast of intelligent, Rajib and false love in but somehow this relations but as love knows no bounds. They reunite again after Shakib gets tied up in a conspiracy and is blackmailed of killing the chief minister. That's when their love is built of each other and they support each other till the end. If we talk about the actors, then we can say they are just excellent. The movie, which has actors like Subhashree and Rajib Chowdhury, is your movie. The cinematography and screenplay of the movie is just awesome, giving a realistic touch to the movie with great shooting locations. Although the movie is good and is a must-watch movie. The movie running time is 140 minutes. It is released in two countries, Bangladesh and India. Its language is Bengali. Its release date in both countries is 26 May 2017 in Bangladesh, 28 July 2017 in India. Its budget is 4.5 crores and it earns 9.1 crore on top office. The movie soundtrack is by Sevi and Akash, released on 1 June 2017, recorded and general film soundtrack Length 16 minutes 41 seconds. Label Jazz Multimedia SK Movies. Producer Abdul Aziz Himanshu. Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about movie Nabab. Nabab is an Indo-Bangladesh 2017 film directed by Rajib Chowdhury and produced by Abdul Aziz and Himanshu under the banner of Jazz Multimedia and SK Movies. The film features Bangladeshi star Shakib Khan as an intelligence agent from Bangladesh, tasked with a secret operation in West Bengal, India, and Subhashree Ganguly as a crime news reporter. Nabab Love Lust and features Sabyasachi Chakrabarti, Amit Hassan, Aparajita Bhatia, Kharaj Mukherjee, and Arjun Khan in supporting roles. Soundtrack album and background score of the film was composed by Sabi and Akash. The film was released on 16th June 2020 on the occasion of Eid in Bangladesh and released in India on 28th July 2007. It is directed by Rajib Chowdhury, screenplay by Rajib Chowdhury, story by produced by Abdul Aziz Himanshu Dhanuka, starring Shakib Khan, Subhashree Ganguly, Amit Hassan. Cinematography Yugan, edited by Somnath De, music by Devi Akash. Production companies are Jazz Multimedia SK Movies. Distributed by Jazz Multimedia SK Movies. Uh, the film marks the second collaboration of Shakib Khan with Rajib Mukherjee after success of his previous movie Shikari. A group of uh, people traveling in a bus. Later, the bus stops for a tea break, and the hooligans arrive at the same time. When suddenly a passing convoy is attacked and assassins try to kill the man inside one of the cars. The man, using his swiftness, foils the attack and manages to nab and arrest one of the attackers. While killing another, the rest manage to escape the scene. This man is Chief Investigation Officer Rajib Chowdhury, Shakib Khan, and the person in the car turn out to be a Chief Minister Nanya Chatterjee. Aparijata Bhatia, who was impressed with Rajiv and delegates to in the task of locating the people behind the recent terrorist conspiracy to Rajiv. Rajiv promises will job the best of his ability, mostly starting Chatterjee in his taken out from the expedition as being more than gangster must have escaped his clutches. Despite being an honest and upright police with the officer with the best intelligence gathering networks in the force, Masood is revealed that he is being given low class treatment because he is a Muslim and is being perceived as having bad Muslim escape because he was a Muslim win as well. Rajiv won Masood on the team, but Masood defeated. It is revealed that Rajiv's father, Constable Syamal Chaudhary, was killed by a terrorist in Bangladesh, which motivated Rajiv to join the police force. Rajiv escaped prison, then went to the commissioner's house to tell him, but there he agreed for the murder of the commissioner with the help of his love interest. Rajiv reached to Mandal, but imprisoning his mother and his colleagues. Mandal trapped Rajib Wilson in a high security zone. Cast Shakib Khan as Rajib Chowdhury, Nabab, an intelligence agent from Bangladesh, tasked with a secret operation in West Bengal, India. Subhashree Ganguly as Diya, aka Salma, a criminal reporter. Rajib Chowdhury as Gautam Under, Commissioner of West Bengal Police. Amit Hassan as Kali Charan Hajra, Vishwanath Kasi as Vimal Devnath, a superintendent of West Bengal Police. Shakib Chowdhury as his Masood Akhtar, an assistant commissioner of West Bengal Police. Sabyasachi Chakravarti as the chief journalist of news agency. Kharaj Mukherjee as Abhay Sarkar, a deputy chief minister. Aparajita Modi as Ananya Chatterjee, the chief minister of West Bengal, India. Harindan Ganguly, Meghla Mehta as Meghla, daughter of Commissioner Gautam Haldar. Rebecca Rao as Nabab, mother. Raju Sarkar, Kamal Patekar as journalist. Harindan Saha as journalist. Pradeep Sir as chief member. Game as Badon as Nabab's friend. Filming before filming started. Khan underwent action training for the action sequence and has reportedly lost 20 kg weight as a counter-terrorist agent. The shooting schedule of Nabab commenced on 17 November 2016. The first phase of the film was shot and scheduled and entirely filmed in Fox Plaza. The second phase of the film took place in Kolkata. The last phase of the film was filmed in Dhaka and Kolkata and lasted 30 days. The entire film was shot on a 6-day schedule. The music of the film was shot at various locations in Kolkata. A romantic sequence was shot at Kolkata Film City in East Bengal. Its release. Nabab released across 128 screens in Bangladesh on 26 June 2017, which is the widest release for any Bangladeshi film. Despite the release of the film, Nabab won on every multiplex in Bangladesh. Its critical reception in an interview by Daily Star, Nabab was praised for its costumes and designs, but was criticized for its action on story similarities to the 1999 Hindi film Badshah. Controversy. by the protester that the film broke some of the rules of making joint ventures. The censor board of Bangladesh did not give clearance to release the films. In response, there's multimedia threatened to close down their cinema halls for it if their films would not be allowed to be. The protesters also brought Rajib Khan, star of Nabab, who once went on the street of Bangladesh to protest the release of Indian films. Khan at a press conference by Press Multimedia defended his position and former protesters claimed that he only protested against the budget, illegal, not Bengali intervention bills. After of protests, the censor board gave clearance to release on the holiday of the Eid. Nabab, a Bengali movie based on terrorism, is finally in theaters. The movie revolves around the story of a key officer who is determined of fighting against terrorists and eradicate terrorism from the nation. After being successfully saving the life of the chief minister from terrorist attack, he receives appreciation and falls to the role of Divi is played by Shakib Khan, outstanding crime Diya gets a cast of including Rajib and falls in love, but some economic circumstances resolutions for love. But as it is, love knows no bounds. They reunite again after Shakib gets held up in a conspiracy and is blackmailed of killing the chief minister. That's when their love is proof of each other and they support each other till the end. If we talk about the actors, then we say they are just excellent in the movie, which has actors like Subhashree and Rajib is your the cinematography and screenplay of just awesome, giving a realistic touch to the movie with great shooting opportunities for you must watch. The movie running time is 140 minutes. It is released in Bangladesh and India. Its language is Bengali. Its release date in both countries is shall be 26 June 2017 in Bangladesh, 28 July 2019 in India. Its budget is 4.5 crores and it earns 9.1 crore on box office. The movie soundtrack by Sevi and Akash, released on 1 June 2017, recorded and general film soundtrack, length 16 minutes 41 seconds, label Jazz Multimedia, SK Movies, producer Abdul Aziz Iman's. Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about Nabab. Nabab is an Indo-Bangladeshi 2017 film directed by Rajib and produced by Abdul Aziz and Himanshu Ganguly under the banner of Jazz Multimedia and SK Movies. The film features Bangladeshi star Shakib Khan as an intelligence agent from Bangladesh charged with a secret operation in West Bengal, India, and Subhashree Ganguly as a primary hero. Nabab Love Trust and features Sabyasachi Mukherjee, Amit Hassan, Parajita Nadia, Kharaj Mukesh, and Aryan Saha in supporting roles. The soundtrack album and background score of the film was composed by Savi and Akash. The film was released on 16th April 2007 on the promise of Eid in Bangladesh and release in India on 28 July 2017. It is directed by Rajib Chowdhury, Abdul Aziz, screenplay by Pele Bhattacharya, Jyoti Mukherjee, storyboard Pele Bhattacharya, produced by Abdul Aziz, Himanshu Dhanuka, starring Shakib Khan, Subhashree Ganguly, Amit Hassan, cinematography Yugan, edited by Somnath Dev, music by Devi Akash. Production companies are Jazz Multimedia, SK Movies. Distributed by Jazz Multimedia, SK Movies. Uh, the film marks the second collaboration of Shakib Khan with Jyoti Mukherjee after success of his previous movie Shikari. A group of uh, people traveling in a bus. Later, the bus stops for a tea break, and the hooligans arrive at the same time. When suddenly, a passing convoy is attacked and assassins try to kill the man inside one of the cars. The man using his swiftness foils the attack and manages to nab and arrest one of the attackers. While killing another, the rest manage to escape the scene. This man is Chief Investigation Officer Rajib Chowdhury, Shakib Khan, and the person in the car turned out to be a Chief Minister Nanya Chatterjee. Aparijata Adya Purva arrest Rajiv and Delhi police to in the task of locating the people behind a recent terrorist conspiracy to Rajiv. Rajiv promises to fulfill the job to the best of his ability. Muslim Salma Chatterjee, a Muslim is taken out from the special action team and a notorious gangster must have escaped his clutches. Despite an honest and upright police officer with the best intelligence gathering networks in the force, Masood is to feel that he's being given low-class treatment because he is a Muslim and will be perceived as having bad Muslim practice because he was a Muslim himself. Rajiv wants to founder team but Masood refused. It is revealed that Rajiv's father, Constable Syamal Chaudhary, was killed by a terrorist in Bangladesh, which motivated Rajiv joined the police force. Rajib escaped prison, then went to the commissioner's house to tell him the truth. But there he accused of the murder of the commissioner with the help of the gangsters. Rajib refused to murder, but threatening his mother and few colleagues. Under trap, Rajib is seen in a high security zone. Cast Shakib Khan as Rajib Chowdhury, Nabab, an intelligence agent from Bangladesh, tasked with a secret operation in West Bengal, India. Subhashree Ganguly as Diya, aka Salma, described the order. Rajib Chowdhury as Gautam Under, Commissioner of West Bengal, Hassan as Kali Chirandra, Vishwanath Kashi as Vimal Verma, a superintendent of West Bengal Police, Shakib Chatterjee as ACP, Masood Akhtar, and Assistant Commissioner of West Bengal Police, Sabyasachi Chakrabarti as the Chief Journalist of News Agency, Kharaj Mukherjee as Abhay Kar, a Deputy Chief Minister, Aparajita Modi as Ananya Chatterjee, Chief Minister of West Bengal, India, Arindam Ganguly, Meghla Mukta as Mila, daughter of Minister of Tamil, Rebecca Rao as Nabab, under Raju Kumar, Kamal Patikar as Rindan Saha as Pardeep Sir as Deep Potter, Gain as Baron as Nabab's friend. Its filming Before filming started, Khan underwent extensive training for the action sequence and has reportedly lost 20 his weight to fit as a counter-terrorism agent. The shooting schedule of Nabab commenced on 17 November 2016. The first phase of the film was shot in schedule and the entire film in Kolkata. The second phase of the film took place in Kolkata. The last phase of the film was filmed in Dhaka and Kolkata and lasted 30 days. The entire film was shot on a 50-day schedule. The music of the film was shot at various locations in Kolkata. The romantic sequence was shot at Kolkata Film in East Bengal. Its release, Nabab released across 128 screens in Bangladesh on 26 May 2017, which is the widest release for any Bangladeshi film. Despite the release of other films, Nabab won on every multiplexes in Bangladesh. Its critical reception in an interview by Daily Star, Nabab was praised for its costumes and designs, but was criticized for its action on story similarities to the 1999 English Badshah controversy. After the release of trailers and songs for the film, different artists, producers, directors, and 14 different film-related organizations in Bangladesh began to protest the release of Nawab. after claims by the protesters that the swing broke some of the rules of making joint ventures. The Census Board of Bangladesh did not give clearance to delete the films. In response, there's multimedia threatened to close down their cinema halls for it if their films would not be allowed to be. The protesters also brought Shakib Khan, star of Nabab, who once went on the streets of Bangladesh to protest the release of Indian films. Khan at a press conference by Rajib Chowdhury defended his position and former protesters claimed that he only protested against big projects, big not Bengali joint venture after 2 weeks of protests. The censor board clearance to release on the holiday of the Eid. Nabab, a Bengali movie based on terrorism, is finally in theaters. The movie revolves around the story of a team officer who is determined of fighting against terrorists and eradicate terrorism from the nation. After being successfully saving the life of the chief minister from terrorist attack, he receives appreciation and also the role of Navy officer is played by Shakib Khan, outstanding crime media that's class of Rajib and also love, but due to some unavoidable circumstances, their relationship didn't work out. But as it is said, love knows no bounds. They reunite again after Shakib gets held up in a conspiracy and is blackmailed of killing the chief minister. That's when their love is proved of each other and they support each other till the end. If we talk about the actors, then we can say they are just excellent in the movie, which has actors like Subhashree Ganguly and Rajib Chowdhury is sure to be beaten. The cinematography and screenplay of the movie is just awesome, giving a realistic touch to the movie. Great locations, always good and is a must-watch movie. The movie running time is 140 minutes. It is released in two countries, Bangladesh and India. Its language is Bengali. Its release date in both countries is 26 June 2017 in Bangladesh, 28 July 2019 in India. Its budget is 4.5 crores and it earns 9.1 crores on box office. The movie soundtrack by Salma and Akash, released on 1 June 2017, recorded and genre film soundtrack, length 16 minutes 41 seconds, label Jazz Multimedia SK Movies, producer Abdul Aziz Himansu. Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about movie Nabab. Nabab is an Indo-Bangladeshi 2017 film directed by Rajib Chowdhury and produced by Abdul and Himanshu Ganguly under the banner of Jazz Multimedia and SD Movies. The film features Bangladeshi star Shakib Khan as an intelligence agent from Bangladesh, charged with a secret operation in West Bengal, India, and Subhashree Ganguly as a crime investigator. Nabab Love features and features Sabia Sati Chowdhury, Amit Hassan, Aparajita Nadia, Rajib Chowdhury, and Aridan Shah in supporting roles. The soundtrack album and background score of the film was composed by Savi and Akash. The film was released on 15th June 2017 on the occasion of Eid in Bangladesh and released in India on 28th July 2017. It is directed by Rajib Chowdhury, screenplay by Vele Bhattacharya, Jyoti Mukherjee, storyboard Vele Bhattacharya, produced by Abdul Aziz Himanshu Dhanuka, starring Shakib Khan, Subhashree Ganguly, Amit Hassan, cinematography Yugan, edited by Somnath Dey, music by Savi Akash. Production companies are Jazz Multimedia, SK Movies. Distributed by Jazz Multimedia, SK Movies. The film marks the second collaboration of Shakib Khan with Jyoti Mukherjee after success of his previous movie Shikari. A group of uh, people traveling in a bus. Later, the bus stops for a tea break, and the hooligans arrive at the same time. When suddenly a passing convoy is attacked and assassins try to kill the men inside one of the cars. The man using his swiftness foils the attack and manages to nab and arrest one of the attackers. While his mother, the rest managed to escape the scene. This man is Chief Investigation Officer Rajib Chowdhury, Shakib Khan, and the person in the car turned out to be a Chief Minister Nanya Chatterjee. Aparijata Adya, who was impressed with Rajiv and delegates to in the task of locating the people behind a recent terrorist conspiracy to Rajiv. Rajiv promises to fulfill the job to the best of his ability. Muslim Tarun Chatterjee, a Muslim space is taken out when the special action team and a notorious gangster Mustard escape his clutches. Describe him an honest and upright police officer with the officer with the best intelligence gathering networks in the force. Masood is to feel that he is being given low class treatment because he is a Muslim and is being perceived as having bad start because he was a Muslim as well. Rajiv wants to founder team but ultimately it is revealed that Rajiv's father, Constable Yamal Chaudhary, was killed by a terrorist in Bangladesh, which motivated Rajiv to joined the police force. Rajib escaped prison, then went to the commissioner's house, telling the truth, but there he accused of the murder of the commissioner with the help of the ministers. Rajib reached to Mandal, but imprisoning his mother and his colleagues. Mandal trapped Rajib with CM in a high security zone. Cast Shakib Khan as Rajib Chowdhury, Nabab, and intelligence agent Bangladesh, tasked with the secret operation in West Bengal, India. Subhashree Ganguly as Diya, aka Salma, a crime reporter. Rajib Chowdhury as Gautam Haldar, Commissioner of West Bengal Police. Amit Hasan as Kali Charan Gujra, Vishwanath Batu as Bimal Gulnath, a superintendent of West Bengal Police, Shakib Chatterjee as ACP, Masood Akhtar, and Assistant Commissioner of West Bengal Police, Sabyasachi Chakrabarti as the Chief Journalist of News Agency, Rajib as Abhay Kar, a Deputy Chief Minister, Aparajita Modi as Ananya Chatterjee, the Chief Minister of West Bengal, India, Harimban Ganguly, Meghla Mehta as Diya, daughter of Commissioner of Tamil Nadu, Rebecca Rao as Nabab, mother, Raju Kumar, Kamal Patil as Harimban Saha as Pradeep as Chief Mother, Again as Badon as Nabab's friend. Its film before filming started, Khan underwent extensive training for the action men and has reportedly lost 20 kg weight to fit as a counter-terrorism agent. The shooting schedule of Nabab commenced on 17 November 2016. The first phase of the film was shot in 10 days schedule and entirely filmed in Cox's Bazar. The second phase of the film took place in Kolkata. The last piece of the film was in Dhaka and Kolkata and lasted 30 days. The entire film was shot on a 50-day schedule. The music of the film was shot at various locations in Kolkata. A romantic track sequence was shot at Kolkata Film City in East Bengal. Its release, Nabab released across 128 screens in Bangladesh on 26 June 2017, which is the widest release for any Bangladeshi film. Despite the release of the film, Nabab won on every multiplex in Bangladesh. Its critical reception in an interview by Daily Star, Nabab was praised for its costumes and designs, but was criticized for its action on story similarity to the 1999 Indian Badshah controversy. After the release of trailers and songs from the film, different artists, producers, directors, and 14 different film-related organizations in Bangladesh began to protest the release of Nabab. after claims by the protesters that the film broke some of the rules of making joint ventures. The Censor Board of Bangladesh did not give clearance to read the films. In response, Raz Multimedia threatened to close down their cinema halls for it if their films would not be allowed. The protesters also brought Shakib Khan, star of Nabab, who once went on the streets of Bangladesh to protest the release of Indian films. Khan at a press conference while Rez Multimedia defended its position and former protest with claims that he only protested against the project in the not Bengali joint venture films after a few weeks of protests. The censor board clearance to release on the holiday of the Eid. Nabab, a Bengali movie based on a review, is finally in theaters. The movie revolves around the story of a officer who is determined of fighting against terrorists and European competition after successfully saving the life of children from terrorism. He receives appreciation and awards too. The role of DB officer is played by Shakib Khan, outstanding crime reporter Diya gets a task of interviewing Rajib and falls in love with him, but due to some unavoidable circumstances, their relationship work out. But as it is said, love knows no bounds. They reunite again after Shakib gets tied up in a conspiracy and is elected from stealing the chief minister. That's when their love is proof of each other and they support each other till the end. If we talk about the actors and they are just excellent in the movie, which has actors like Nabab and Rajib Chowdhury. The cinematography and screenplay of the movie is just awesome, giving a real touch to the movie with great shooting locations. Although the movie is good and is a must-watch movie. The movie running time is 140 minutes. It is filmed in two countries, Bangladesh and India. Its language is Bengali. Its release date in both countries is 26 June 2017 in Bangladesh, 28 July 2017 in India. Its budget is 4.5 crores and it earns 9.1 crores on box office. The movie soundtrack is by Salma and Akash, released on 1 June 2017, recorded and genre film soundtrack, length 16 minutes 41 seconds, label Jazz Multimedia, SK Movies, producer Abdul Aziz Imansu. Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about movie Nabab. Nabab is an Indo-Bangladesh 2017 film directed by Rajib and produced by and Himanshu Ganguly under the banner of Jazz Multimedia and SK Movies. The film features Bangladeshi star Shakib Khan as an intelligence agent from Bangladesh charged with a secret operation in West Bengal, India, and Subhashree Ganguly as a crime investigator. Nabab Love Trust and features Sabya Satish Amit Hazan, Aparajita and Courage and Arifan Farhan in supporting roles. Soundtrack album and background score of the film was composed by Savi and Akash. The film was released on 26 June 2020 on the occasion of Eid in Bangladesh and released in India on 28 July 2017. It is directed by Rajib screenplay by Beleza Pataya, Jyoti Mukherjee, story by Beleza Pataya, produced by Abdul Aziz Himanshu Dhanuka, starring Shakib Khan, Subhashree Ganguly, Amit Hazan, cinematography Yugan, edited by Somnath Dey, music by Savi Akash. Production companies are Jazz Multimedia, SK Movies. Distributed by Jazz Multimedia, SK Movies. Uh, the film marks the second collaboration of Shakib Khan with Jodip Mukherjee after success of his previous movie Shikari. A group of uh, people traveling in a bus. Later, the bus stops for a tea break, and the hooligans arrive at the same time. When suddenly a passing convoy is attacked and assassins try to kill the man inside one of the cars. The man using his swiftness fights the attack and manages to nab and arrest one of the others. While his mother, the rest managed to escape the scene. This man is chief investigation officer Rajib Chowdhury, Shakib Khan, and the person in the car turned out to be a chief minister Nanya Chatterjee. Aparijata Adya, who was impressed with Rajiv and delegates to in the task of locating the people behind a recent terrorist conspiracy to Rajiv. Rajiv promises to fulfill the job to the best of his ability. Muslim Charlie Chatterjee, a Muslim space taken out from the Special Action Team managed notorious gangster Mustaq escapes his clutches. Despite being an honest and upright police officer with the best intelligence gathering networks in the force, must be to that he is being given no treatment because he is a Muslim and is being perceived as having let Mustaq escape because he was a Muslim as well. Rajiv wants Muslim on the team but Muslim refused. It is revealed that Rajiv's father, Constable Jamal Chaudhry, was killed by a terrorist in Bangladesh, which motivated Rajib joined the police force. Rajib escaped prison, then went to the commissioner's house to tell him the truth, but there he accused of the murder of the commissioner with the help of the gangsters. Rajib reached to Mandal, but rejecting his mother and few colleagues. Mandal trapped Rajib PCM in a high security zone. Cast Shakib Khan as Rajib Chowdhury, Nabab, an intelligence agent from Bangladesh, tasked with the threat operation in West Bengal, India. Subhashree Ganguly as Diya, aka Salma, a crime news reporter. Rajib as Gautam Mandar, Commissioner of West Bengal Police. Sanit Hasan as Kali Charan Gujra, Vishwanath Karthik as Vimal Raghunath, a superintendent of West Bengal Police. Sagnik Chatterjee as ACP, Masood Akhtar, and Assistant Commissioner of West Bengal Police. Sabyasachi Chakravarti as the Chief Journalist of News Agency. Raj Mukherjee as Abhay Kar, a Deputy Chief Minister. Aparajita Modi as Ananya Chaudhary, the Chief Minister of West Bengal, India. Harindam Ganguly, Meghla Mukta as Meghla, daughter of Commissioner Gautam Mandal. Rebecca Rao as Nabab Khan's mother. Raju Kumar, Kamal Patekar as journalist. Harindam Saha as journalist. Pradeep Dhar as Chief Member. Parsu Gain as the Badon as Nabab's friend. Its filming before filming started, Khan underwent extensive training for the action sequence and has reportedly lost 20 kg weight to fit as a counter-terrorism agent. The shooting schedule of Nabab commenced on 17 November 2016. The first phase of the film was shot and scheduled and entire film in Kolkata. The second phase of the filming took place in Kolkata. The last phase of the film was filmed in Dhaka and Kolkata and lasted 30 days. The entire film was shot on a 50-day schedule. The music of the film was shot at various locations in Kolkata. The romantic sequence was shot at Kolkata Film City in East Bengal. Its release, Nabab released across 128 screens in Bangladesh on 26 May 2017, which is the widest release for any Bangladeshi film. Despite the release of other films, Nabab won on the every category in Bangladesh. Its critical reception in a interview review by Daily Star, Nabab was praised for its costumes and design, but was criticized for its action on story similarities to the 1999 Hindi film Badshah. Controversy. After the release of trailers and songs from the film, different artists, producers, directors, and 14 different film-related organizations in Bangladesh came to protest the release of Nabab. claims by the protesters that the film broke some of the rules of making joint ventures. The Censor Board of Bangladesh did not give clearance to release the film. In response, Lazman Media threatened down their cinema calls for it if their films would not be allowed to be. The protesters also brought Shakib Khan, star of Nabab, who once went on the street of Bangladesh to protest the release of Indian films. Khan, at a press conference by Rajib Media, defended his position and former protests with claims that he only protested against big budget Hindi films, not Bengali joint venture deals. After 2 weeks of protests, the censor board clearance to release on the holiday of the film Nabab, a Bengali movie based on terrorism, is finally in theaters. The movie revolves around the story of a team of nine of five movies and evacuate terrorist combination after saving the life of chief from terrorists. He receives appreciation and also the role of Navy officer is played by Shakib Khan well outstanding crime reporter Diya gets a task of interviewing Rajib and falls in love with him. But some economic decisions down their relationship didn't work out. But as it is love no no bounds. They reunite again after Shakib gets held up in a conversation and is blackmailed from killing the chickens. That's when they love of each other and they raise each other till the end. If we talk about the actors and we say they are just excellent in the movie, which has actors like Sabyasachi Mukherjee and Kharaj Mukherjee, is sure to repeat. The cinematography and screenplay of the movie is just awesome, giving a realistic touch to the world with great shooting locations. Although the movie is good and still must watch. The movie running time is 140 minutes. It is filmed in two countries, Bangladesh and India. Its language is Bengali. Its release date in both countries is scheduled 26 June 2017 in Bangladesh, 28 July 2017 in India. Its budget is 4.5 crores and it earns 9.1 crores on box office. The movie soundtrack is by Sally and Akash, released on 1 June 2017. Recorded and general film soundtrack, length 16 minutes 41 seconds, label Jazz Multimedia, SK Movies, producer Abdul Aziz Himansu. Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about movie Nabab. Nabab is an Indo-Bangladesh 2017 film directed by Rajib Chowdhury and produced by Abdul Aziz and Himanshu Sharma under the banner of Jazz Multimedia and SK Movies. The film features Bangladeshi star Shakib Khan as an intelligence agent from Bangladesh charged with a secret operation in West Bengal, India, and Subhashree Ganguly as a crime news reporter. Nabab loves interest and features Sabyasachi Chakrabarti, Amit Hassan, Aparajita Bhatia, Karaj Mukherjee, and Aridan Saha in supporting roles. The soundtrack album and background score of the film was composed by Devi and Akash. The film was released on 16 June 2009 on the occasion of Eid in Bangladesh and released in India on 28 July 2007. It is directed by Jodhi Abdul Aziz, screenplay by Acharya, Jodhi Mukherjee, story by Pele Bhattacharya, produced by Abdul Aziz, Himanshu Dhanuka, starring Shakib Khan, Subhashree Ganguly, Amit Hassan, cinematography Yugan, edited by Somnath Dey, music by Devi Akash. Production companies are Jazz Multimedia, SK Movies. Distributed by Jazz Multimedia, SK Movies. The film marks the second collaboration of Shakib Khan with Jodhi Mukherjee after success of his previous movie Shikari. A group of uh, people traveling in a bus. Later, the bus stops for a tea break, and the hooligans arrive at the same time. When suddenly a passing convoy is attacked and assassins try to kill the man inside one of the cars. The man using his mysterious voice attack and manages to nab and arrest one of the attackers. While killing another, the rest manage to escape the scene. This man is Chief Investigation Officer Rajib Chowdhury. Shakib Khan and the person in the car turned out to be a Chief Minister Nanya Chowdhury. Aparijata Adya was impressed with Rajiv and delegates to in the task of locating the ploy behind the recent terrorist conspiracy to Rajiv. Rajiv promises to fulfill the job to the best of his ability. Sabit Chatterjee in case taken out from the issue action team and notorious cancer Mustard acts against his pledges. Despite being an honest and upright police with the officer with the best intelligence gathering networks in the force, Masood is to feel that he is being given low class treatment because he is a Muslim and is being perceived as having let Mustaq escape because he was a Muslim as well. Rajiv wants Masood on the team, but Masood is not. It is revealed that Rajiv's father, Constable Jamal Chaudhary, was killed by a terrorist in Bangladesh, which motivated Rajiv to join the police force. Rajib escapes prison. Then when the commissioner's house tell him the truth, but there he accused for the murder of the commissioner with the help of the police. Rajib wished to murder, but with his mother and his colleagues. Mangal trapped Rajib to Siem in a high security zone. Cast Shakib Khan as Rajib Chowdhury, Nabab, an intelligence agent from Bangladesh tasked with a secret operation in West Bengal, India. Subhashree Ganguly as Diya, a Salma, a crime news reporter. Rajib Chowdhury as Gautam Under, Commissioner of West Bengal Police. Namit Hasan as Kali Charan Gujra, Vishwanath Basu as Vimal Devnath, a superintendent of West Bengal Police, Sagnik Chatterjee as ACP, Masood Akhtar, Akhtar and Assistant Commissioner of West Bengal Police, Tabia Sadi Chaturvedi as the Chief Journalist of News Agency, Rajib Chowdhury as Abhay Sarkar, a Deputy Chief Minister, Aparajita Modi as Ananya Chatterjee, the Chief Minister of West Bengal, India, Arindam Ganguly, Meghla Mukta as Meghla, daughter of Commissioner Gautam Under, Rebecca Rao as Nabab, mother, Raju Sarkar, Kamal Patikal as terrorist, Rindam Saha as terrorist, Pradeep Sir as lead founder, Parsugen and Chief, Badon as Nabab's friend. Filming Before filming started, Khan underwent extensive training for the action sequence and has reportedly lost only his weight to fit as a counter-terrorist agent. The shooting schedule of Nabab commenced on 17 November 2016. The first phase of the film was shot and scheduled and the entire film of Punjab. The second phase of the film took place in Kolkata. The last phase of the film was filmed in Dhaka and Kolkata and lasted 30 days. The entire film was shot on a 50-day schedule. The music of the film was shot at various locations in Kolkata. A romantic sequence was shot at Kolkata Film City in East Bengal. Its release, Nabab released across 128 screens in Bangladesh on 26 May 2017, which is the widest release for any Bangladeshi film. Despite the release of the film, Nabab won on every category in Bangladesh. Its critical reception. In an interview by Daily Star, Nabab was praised for its costumes and designs, but was criticized for its action on story similarities to the 1999 Hindi film Badshah. Controversy. After the release of trailers and songs from the film, different artists, producers, directors, and 14 different film-related organizations in Bangladesh began to protest the release of Nabab. after claims by the protesters that the film logged some of the rules of making joint ventures. The Censor Board of Bangladesh did not give clearance to release the film. In response, there's multimedia threatened to close down their cinema halls for it if their films would not be allowed to play. The protesters also brought Shakib Khan, star of Nabab, who once went on the streets of Bangladesh to protest the release of Indian films. Khan at a press conference by Les Multimedia defended his position and former protests with claim that he only protesting against big budget Hindi films, not Bengali joint venture films. After a few weeks of protests, the censor board gave clearance to release on the holiday of the Eid. Nabab, a Bengali based on terrorism, is finally in theaters. The movie follows armed story of a team of determined of fighting terrorists and eradicate terrorism from the nation. After being successfully saving the life of the chief minister from a terrorist attack, he receives appreciation and awards. The role of TV officer is played by Shakib, very outstanding crime reporter. Diya gets a task of interviewing Rajib and falls in love with him. But